Peace, family. It's your boy Juro. It is Monday, the 18th of May, 2020. How is everybody doing? Yes, I look like I just rolled out the bed because I did. I'm sitting in the garage right now. And, I've wanted to share because I'm very optimistic right now. I really am. And this is nothing but a testimony, because what you see right here will be made new. Everything. I mean, I done gained collectively. I know I didn't put on a good, with the quarantine, easy 20 plus pounds. So that would, my normal body weight, because I normally I fluctuate between 235 to 243, but that's normally when I'm in good shape. And I'm like, no. So I am very excited because the last couple of days I've been really focusing on my transition, as you already know. And in the process of that, I'm also thinking about the things. I am very, very excited on the things that not only God is going to reveal to me, but the opportunity He's going to bestow that I can show y'all. And it just so happened last night when I got in from work, I was looking at videos. Excuse me. I was looking at videos that people already had done in regards to the geography of the main island. And I'm gonna tell you what, family. As you already know, and if you don't know, I do have, not to sound hypocritical, but I do have another channel that is it's health as well as holistical videos. It's called Journey of a Man, all caps. And I'm going to be putting a lot of content on that. Of course, I'm going to be putting content on the main channel. And of course, I'm going to hopefully hear from you, because, just to turn the page, family, now that nationally they are opening up the states, a town near you, a city near you, a state near you, and they're using the phase format in indoctrinating the communities to get back to some sense of norm. But let's be honest, norm as you knew it, March 17th of 2020 compared to 18 May 2020, the two are not the same. We're still going to have to be responsible on how we navigate our days. We still are going to have to be mindful of the circles that we choose to put ourselves in, and those that we allow access to. We're going to have to, because, family, we're talking about our health. And as the elders used to always say, your greatest wealth is your health. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have to be vigilant on that. That doesn't mean, okay, you're going to have to be anal. It just means you need to be observant. And let's be honest. You're going to have some folks, family, that their position, their perception on how they choose to go about their day to day may contradict on how you see things. It may get under your skin. It may downright piss you off. But guess what? You don't have to entertain that. As former First Lady Michelle Obama once said, when people want to go low, you go high. And that has always been the narrative, because a person cannot get a reaction unless you acknowledge. And you see it. Look at when you're out and about and you have that one passionate driver that wants to do nothing, I like to call it, wants to have the gnat like repertoire. You know how when you're sitting out, you're out somewhere and you got that gnat, just you hear it buzz your ear first time, then it goes past your face and it's looking for a reaction. But guess what? The moment that you turn around and do not, they don't get the reaction they need, guess what? They fall back, don't they? They fall back. And that's the mindset that you're going to have to do. Yeah. And that may also, that may also be the same in regards to, I told you that, think about it. I think this quarantine was an eye-opener for a lot of people in regards to how some people prioritize their life. There was a lot of people that when we were staying, I don't want to use the word shut in, but we were told to stay at home. Phone didn't ring. Didn't get an email. Didn't get a text. And now you see him and everything like, oh, what's going on? It can be unnerving. It can be perceived as downright disrespectful. It could. But guess what? They did you the biggest favor. Because now you're going to reassess, reprioritize what's important for you. And then in the interim of this stay-at-home order, guess what happened? There were some people that were removed out of your life indirectly, and you didn't know anything about it. You had to find out about it when you returned back into what was part of your norm. That's how life works, fam. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes you're not supposed to overanalyze. Just trust what's going on. Because at the end of the day, it is about God's plan. It's about God's plan, fam. Think about it. You realize how many people, unfortunately, 2020 was their last year. You realize how many people needlessly did not have to pass. And of course, think about some of the things that were considered behind the scenes through this process was brought to the light for all to see. Now, I say this because even in that, what is one of the golden rules? Don't judge. But even if we choose not to judge, that does not let us off the hook to not acknowledge. Because that's what your insight comes from. That's what spawns your wisdom. That's what causes the motivation for you to stand still, go forward, look back. But even if you look back, take stock of why. Give thanks for where you are. Stay optimistic but humble on where you're headed. Now, I understand, fam. I do. Some of y'all don't want to hear this because you may be feeling life is too slow. But you know, one thing I've come to understand is as long as you're alive, there's always an opportunity to learn something different. There's also an opportunity to break the misconceptions that you may have had that may have been the things that may have fostered some of your insecurities and fears. Because guess what? You woke up today, right? And because you woke up, that right there should have been validation to let you know that you still have work to do. You still have a story to convey by your life. You still have an offering for someone to be inspired. So the question should be asked, are you? Will you? And how? So, these last couple weeks, I ain't gonna lie, fam. Your boy I've been very nervous because, I gotta have my coffee. Come on, cheers. Cheers to you. Cheers to you in your new week. Cheers to all the new opportunities that you're gonna discover this week. Cheers to all the things that don't matter you're gonna leave. Cheers to stepping the negativity. And cheers just to being you, being present. So now, okay. Because this coffee gets good. But I'm excited, family. I'm so excited. Because when I tell you everything that you see, this boy, look, I am so out of shape. I got a stomach. Look at, got little nipples. Everybody got nipples, but got to get this right. I got to get it right. I got to get it right. For one, because what's been placed in my spirit is this. I notice as we mature or become seasoned, we get complacent on our temple. I'm determined to turn back the hands of time. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is it starts here. Because where the mind goes, the body will flow. And guess what? I noticed that, there's a lot of people on social media that have their merch. And guess what? Eventually, I'm going to have mine too. Because there have been plenty of things that I've spoken on. I've had people inquire about, are you going to put that on a t-shirt? Are you going to... And I've got some things that God is so good that in the divine moment in time will be revealed and will resonate in your spirit so that you don't forget. And one thing that I look forward to doing, and it's something that y'all might not know about me. One of my first passions, my first passion is to serve the Most High. My second passion is to love those who love me, those who are connected by blood and bone, and those through spiritual connection. And third, I've always had an affinity when it came to the arts. One of my passions is music. One of the things that I'd always dreamed to do as a little boy is I always envisioned myself to be in radio, to be an on-air personality. I've always been into ballads, love songs. I was like, I'm gonna be a slow jam DJ. Now that we live in a digital platform, I don't know, maybe I might just start coming up with some shows and using because I've got a big music catalog that I have. Yeah, I still got my CDs. I've got about like 3,500 of them. But they're all classics across the board. Because I was really into music, being like a musical historian. And I'm so grateful that I built that up over time. But to just digress a little bit, before I actually got into really enjoying music in all the different forms, I was a poet. And I was into poetry at a very, very young age. And I still have stuff that I wrote when I was in my early teens that was When I look back, I'm like, wow, you know, because when it had the affinity to do with love, I could write endlessly. It was like a spiritual fountain coming out of me that would come transcend onto paper. And I'm going to get back into it big because guess what? Now I have a muse. God is taking me to a different environment to foster that. And as I grow, I'll transform. And you'll see it. You are going to go with me, aren't you? You going with me? You are, right? Thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up that you're going to watch. Because I do it for you. And more or less, I also do it because of the fact that, why not? You know, do you realize, I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to be mundane, but come on. You got so many people out here talking about the power of manifestation. I'm one of them that believe in it. And I also believe wholeheartedly. Because we have been conditioned to have a speculative outlook on life. We've more or less adapted a certain perception of the fact that if I can't feel it, it ain't real. The best thing that you could ever possess is being organic, transparent, being you. And that kind of goes to right now. You see it, man, I look like I fell off the back of a truck into some bushes. But guess what? I'm alive. I wouldn't trade my journey. And then you know what? Because people have asked me, because everybody has a story. Eventually, I'm going to have the courage. I'm going to write a book about my life. And I've always known, when I was young, title's going to be The Adventures of a Boy Named Gerald. And, just talking about life from the eyes and the viewpoints of growth. So that everything happens in due time. But I hope you're okay. You got a brand new week. Opportunity to build something or build off of something that you started back there. You got to think about it. Look at the statues that stand the test of time today. It started off as a block of stone or a piece of metal, uncarved wood, and through persistence, unconditional belief, it was made into a work of art that not only what was found innately in the person that created it, which all creations are manifested physically by way of God's grace. It can be shared and bestowed by the unnaked eye to the intended foe at the intended time. But I'm excited, family. I ain't gonna lie. I can't lie. This transition financially has been putting a whooping on your boy. My finances are hemorrhaging because I got to do all this on my own. But I look at it like I'm paying it forward, and then I'll get it all back in the intended time. Because it's always tax season next year, right? So, I hope you guys have a safe week. Please, please, please respect your health. Please social distance. Common sense is common sense, family. You're going to have some people that they're not going to think about it because they just It's just like taking your dog off the leash and letting it run. Well, listen, we have an enemy out there that we can't see, waiting to catch you slipping. And even though you may have some folks that will not respect themselves, nor you, does not give you the excuse to reciprocate it back. So, if anything, always take 2 steps. So when you got to make a choice, you give them one, you have one for you. And you keep it moving. Keep it moving. So, I look forward to hearing from you. Please be safe this week. Don't get caught up in the hype, because people are going to, as soon as people are not looking around, they're going to go back to what they know. And that's what integrity is about. That's what integrity is about. You stay true to yourself. Remember, cream only rises to the top through the appropriate time. No different than a diamond's first shine. It starts off as a local coal. Through pressure and time, eventually the intendant will say and look and possess and say, behold. Why? Because we're talking about you. There's only one. And it is your responsibility that your story be told in the intended time. God's praying for you. You know I am. I see your worth. And for that, it helps me discern mine. You got to stay prayed up so blessings come down. And don't let nobody ever hide your smile. Bye, y'all. Have a great week. Peace.